The greatest feeling in the world was holding my own gun. I'm hypertensive, but all my decisions been wholesome. My independence had me flipping on siblings I stole from. Said I'm just big and loud. Well, £1/2 pound is my silent treatment. I punched out plugs I could've stopped from eating. Jackie Gleason on the TV while his mama's sleeping. That plate was made, or he got that chick filleted like she Polynesian.
The fucking niggas do to me though. So I stand there blinded while my jewelry glow.
That's all it is. You just do the math. You solve one problem and you solve the next.
How did you handle that specifically? I got a younger brother. I know he looks at some of the stuff I do, and we talk back and forth. And he doesn't. Deuce, I don't know if you know how impressed I am with you. Period. But like, you know, he impresses the shit out of me. But as a younger brother, I also have an older brother. Rest in peace, Shake. And I used to watch the stuff he did, and the idea of stepping anywhere near his footprints was kind of like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, you didn't do nothing lightly. And your brother's out here, known for his pen in a time when pens really mattered. And there were monsters roaming the country, Jay-Z, Big L, and your brother's being mentioned with those same people. And here you come.
What made me stand out different with all of them, it was that I knew what all of them was talking about in their rhymes and how they was flowing. I was straight raw. I was mentioning names. I mean, I would say the worst shit you could think of, and I knew my energy, how I would give it off. At that time, there was no one doing it. No one. So I knew that, okay, all of them have their lanes, but it's a lane that I'm gonna create. There's a lane I'm gonna go off. And Smoothe used to always say to me, yo, give me more. Or yo, nah, more harder. And in my mind, I'm still like, well, what's hard? But then when I got the whiff of just being on the stage, saying the most rugged stuff and people reaction to the rugged stuff instead of the other things, the lyrical side that Smoothe would go at, that they would go, ooh, you know? And then off of my punchline, they would go, oh! Total different reaction.
Cause shit, y'all was saying in the 90s, they're saying now.
They saying now.
Like y'all got this shit. I got the mad act, at your bad act. Yeah, just rapping like that now.
Well, you was saying off camera, Smoothe, my fault, not to cut you off, Trick, about how, you know, Big did more money, more problems. Platinum Plus, like Dizat, James Russ on Trizax. Y'all
that came from those flows that.
Yeah, I think, I always thought, because I was talking to Smoothe about it, I said, in the verse on there, I said something in the verse, I'm the big bad wolf, rappers lifestyles get took. I'm the reinforcer, crossing guard, double crosser, bodyguard. You know, yeah, so
that was my shit.
And then when I started it, I came on, I got the mad act, at your bad act, it's like that act. So those flows like that was, you know, just something I was trying out to bring to the industry and bring something different, you know, because everybody was rhyming the same and stuff like that. Mostly if you ever hear me on any song I ever done, I never rhymed the same on not one record. You could never pull the same flow up on another song and say you rhymed the same.
Do you feel like you got your proper credit for it? Do the two of you feel like you got proper credit?
No, not at all.
I
don't. Smoothe do at times.
Y'all gonna learn today. Y'all gonna learn today. All right?
I got a different vibe on it, you know what I'm saying? Because like, people used to ask me, you know, you better for not, you know, dropping certain things. I'm like, nah. I was always happy from his success and being noticed of what he always done. Because he taught me how to rap. You know what I'm saying?
Plain and simple.
So I learned by watching all Smoothe stuff. And then he had different flows he would do. So I would be like, well, shit, I'm not going to come in the game just having one style, one flow, so I'm gonna switch it up and do different stuff. But I like rhyming fast, he like rhyming a little more slower pace. So to put those together and for me to slow it down a little bit too, I had to learn that slow flow.
But when we're sitting here talking about the people who you've influenced directly, like just the people that champion Gat Name, Biggie, Nas, Eminem, these are goats. These are goats who we're saying borrowed directly or were influenced directly from what you guys were doing.
We think that's dope. You could add Rick Ross in there too.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Wait, why? Every day I'm hustling.
Let's fact check.
You could add all of them to it.
You know, I did hustling in 1992 before I went to jail. When we was talking earlier, I said I did 3 records. One of them was hustling.
Right.
My everyday lifestyle ain't nothing but a hustle. I don't know how many years later, but he did come out with Every Day I'm Hustling.
2006.
Right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So every day I'm hustling. Every day, I mean, it's the same shit. I said my everyday lifestyle ain't nothing but a hustle. And he said, every day I'm hustling. This is the same shit. He's a drug dealer. You know, he's a kingpin. But I wasn't on that status. I was hand to hand.
Yeah.
I was hand to hand, you know, trying to feed the family, trying to tell niggas stay out the street and all that kind of shit. I ain't coming to game glorifying none of that because we was really doing that shit and people was in jail and dying and, you know, all through our trek.
Out of it.
All through our trek, motherfuckers is dying and, you know, and we putting on the cool face. We doing MTV and all that shit, you know. Meanwhile, motherfuckers is dead. We got a wake to go to right after this, then a funeral next week, and real shit. Niggas getting locked up.
First shows.
First
shows, we gotta, you know, whisper our friend got shot. First show.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
So, like, you know, again,
we
more family.
But that brings me to an important spot because this record is now your key to a different life. You think what I mean? And it's the life you've already had because you already hood. Everybody look, but now it's accelerated. Now the country, the record's taking the country by storm. The show money goes up. Your status goes up. People spot you outside of Brooklyn, know who you are. People spot you outside of New York, know who you are. They spot outside of the country, know who you are. Now it's describe for me the lifestyle change because you still have one foot in the hood where everything is, you don't want to leave that behind, but now this whole other life. There's movie auditions, all kinds of.
Like, it's kind of like teaching when you out there around the world because they hit a record, but they still don't know you. Right. So on the stage, you're doing a record, and then you also kind of stop and explain to yourself where you're from and, you know, how we grew up and stuff like that. It's kind of like a movie. You know, explaining each record that comes on and then seeing a different nationality of people singing your record that don't even speak English.
Yeah, that shit was a trip.
It's the trip to see all these people that your tour bus going through these towns and people just on the side of the road just waiting for you to pull up and they singing your record in another language.
It's all around. Look around you, man. You can find inspiration. You can find discouragement. It all depends on you. Perception is everything. Some people just hear another song. Some people hear the greatest. A nigga used to have no chill. Nowadays I bump side A. Traffic going bumper to bumper, stuck on the highway.